Der Citroën Basalt, ein Modell des Stellantis-Konzerns, hat beim jüngsten Crashtest von Latin NCAP 0 Sterne erhalten. Das bedeutet, der Basalt ist durch sämtliche sicherheitsrelevanten Prüfungen gefallen. Frontal, seitlich, beim Schleudertraumatest, Fußgängerschutz und der elektronischen Stabilitätskontrolle. Das getestete Fahrzeug wird von Stellantis in Brasilien gefertigt und schnitt in allen Kategorien enttäuschend ab. Bei der Sicherheit für erwachsene Insassen lag das Ergebnis bei rund 39%, für Kinder bei etwa 58%. Der Fußgängerschutz erreichte ungefähr 53% und die Sicherheitsassistenzsysteme kamen lediglich auf ca. 35%. Besonders kritisch, beim Frontalaufprall offenbarte die Karosserie des Citroën Basalt eine instabile Struktur. Die asymmetrische Verstärkung im Bereich der unteren Schweller, nahe der A-Säule auf der Fahrerseite, erwies sich als unzureichend. Dazu kam ein Versagen des Gurtstraffers auf der Beifahrerseite, was in einem schwachen Brustschutz resultierte. Der Wagen ist zwar serienmäßig mit 4 Airbags und einer elektronischen Stabilitätskontrolle ausgestattet, aber wichtige Sicherheitssysteme fehlen. So wurde der Seitenaufprall auf einen Pfosten erst gar nicht getestet, da der Basalt keinen Kopfschutz für Insassen in der ersten und zweiten Sitzreihe bietet. In Indien hingegen, wo das Modell ebenfalls produziert wird, sind 6 Airbags serienmäßig verbaut. Ein gravierender Unterschied, der die mangelnde Priorisierung der Sicherheit in bestimmten Märkten deutlich macht. Alejandro Furas, Generalsekretär von Latin NCAP, fand deutliche Worte. Stellantis zeigt mit diesem Ergebnis, dass die Sicherheit der Kunden keine Priorität hat. Die Ergebnisse lassen darauf schließen, dass das Leben von Menschen in Lateinamerika nicht den gleichen Stellenwert hat wie das von Menschen in Indien. Zudem betonte Furas, dass der Crashtest überhaupt nur dank eigener finanzieller Mittel von Latin NCAP durchgeführt werden konnte. Ein beunruhigender Umstand, wenn man bedenkt, wie wichtig unabhängige Sicherheitsprüfungen für Verbraucher sind. Der Citroën Basalt steht damit in einer Reihe mit weiteren Modellen, die in der Vergangenheit 0 Sterne erhielten. Dazu zählen unter anderem der Kia Sportage, der Picanto, der Renault Sandero, Logan, Stepway, Duster sowie der Suzuki Baleno und Swift. Diese Liste zeigt eindrücklich, wie stark sich die Sicherheitsstandards je nach Produktionsort und Zielmarkt unterscheiden können. Eine Tatsache, die vielen Autokäufern nach wie vor nicht bewusst ist.
Next result is the Citroën Basalt. The Basalt was rated with 0 stars. Pay attention to the weak protection to the passenger chest and also marginal for the neck in the whiplash and no side head protection as standard, so no pole impact and 0 points there. Frontal crash test, we are watching it now. The vehicle showed unstable structure, and to make things worse, the structure was reinforced asymmetrically. The structure had reinforcements on the driver's side that were not present in the passenger side, and that explained why it was rated as unstable. As mentioned earlier, the vehicle showed weak protection for the chest because the pretensioner for the passenger side failed in the frontal crash. The child occupants also did not show full protection in the frontal crash scenario, even though the manufacturer used rearward-facing seats using ISOFIX anchorages and support leg as well, following best practices globally. It is important to mention that this car does not offer the side head protection even as optional, and it has 4 airbags as standard, so side body airbags. As we are seeing now, the side impacts, side body airbags worked well to protect the adults. Unfortunately, the child occupant protection on the side did not perform well. There was a head contact, which explains also the score and the side impact for the child occupant protection. And we also noticed that the structure of the car on the side, here we see the head contacts and the situations with the head exposure on the side, on the children on the side, and the side impact, the structure did not perform as well as expected, and there was an intrusion of the cart. As explained, the car was not tested on pole impact because the vehicle did not have side head protection. On pedestrian, passive safety was reasonably good. Overall, the vehicle is not the best result, but a reasonably good result. It's amazing also that the manufacturer is not offering any driving assistance technologies, so the manufacturer could not score well, the car could not score well on the pedestrian box. The whiplash protection showed marginal protection to the neck. We're seeing now the slow motion movie. And we are now moving to the ESC. The ESC performance was okay, and also the most test conditions were also okay for the vehicle. However, as explained earlier, the vehicle is not offering any extra driving assistance technologies. Latin NCAP was surprised because the vehicle had seatbelt reminders that actually count for the safety assistance box, and it's only present in the driver's side, and the conditions on the driver's side are not met to score for Latin NCAP. Summary of results. Coming to the Citroën Basalt, the Citroën Basalt was, as a summary, a poor performance, another poor performance from Stellantis, once again showing or confirming that the manufacturer is not paying attention to safety in a level that Latin NCAP is highly surprised by the non-reaction of the car manufacturer in terms of improving basic safety as side head protection, for example. The Citroën Basalt is sold in India, produced and sold in India as well. And in India, it has 6 airbags as standard. It's the first time we see a double standard on a manufacturer in a different direction than what it used to be in the past. Latin America used to have the same model in Latin America, used to have better equipment, better safety equipment than the same equipment in the same car in India. But now what we are seeing is the car in India has much better safety equipment than the same vehicle in Latin America. Reminder, the Citroën Basalt was rated with unstable structure due to the asymmetrical reinforcements. We also noticed a failure in one of the pretensioners, leading to a weak protection in the chest of the passenger side. And also that, of course, explains the poor adult occupant protection results in general. But added to that, we also need to consider that the vehicle did not have the side head protection, which also explains the very low score on the adult occupant box. And the child occupant protection, we also noticed some exposure in the head of one of the dummies that led to a poor result. Pedestrian protection, passive safety is quite okay, but still missing the autonomous emergency braking systems for vulnerable road users. And last but not least is the safety assist box, where the vehicle is clearly in a very low score, explained by the lack of seatbelt reminder in all sitting positions, 0 points in seatbelt reminders, and absolutely no driving assistance technologies other than the ESC, which is a requirement by law. Important to say on the Citroën Basalt is that because of or due to the low score in the adult box and also in the driving assistance technologies, those two explain why this car was rated 0 stars. Even if the car would have got extra side head protection, the car would have kept the 0-star result as well. So there's a lot of things that need to be improved from Stellantis, especially on Citroën on this car. It is amazing that the manufacturer is not reacting to what Latin NCAP has been announcing and showing and proving repeatedly in the last 2 or 3 years. The manufacturer is not reacting to that, given that all the other competitors are definitely improving cars beyond regulation in Latin America.
Für mehr Videos einfach abonnieren.